What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sinister-Cast, a podcast where I talk about music, my channel, and things going on in my life. So if you're new, consider subscribing. And if you like this video, make sure to like it and share it with your friends to spread my channel and metal to the entire world. Now, I wanted to make this very quickly. Normally I do Sinister-Casts later in the week, closer to or the day of when it's published. But I thought that this was something that I needed to bring up because it just came to mind, okay? So I'm not sure if many of you know anything about what's going on with YouTube and some of the changes that are being implemented, but let me preface this with something I've noticed with my channel recently. So I'm experiencing somewhat of a dip in terms of views and just exposure in general. Like, I'm still gaining subscribers. It's slowed down a little bit. When you're a creator, you kind of have ups and downs. But I've noticed that a lot of people have kind of fizzled out, and viewership has kind of gone down a little bit, so I'm trying extra hard to get things back up. I've got some big ideas coming up and stuff like that to try to revitalize some of the interest in this channel and everything. But anyway, I noticed that dip, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I think I found the reason for why it's happening. I watched a video by the well-known Captain Sparkles, who is like one of the first gamer YouTubers that I subscribed to many years ago. And he was talking about the lawsuit situation that was going on between YouTube and the FTC. And basically what it comes down to is there's kind of a situation with children being exposed to things that they shouldn't be on YouTube. And what it boils down to is kids were seeing things that weren't necessarily meant for kids. People got upset about it. And now, instead of parents and families being more restrictive to their kids, it kind of falls onto YouTube's hands to act as somewhat of a babysitter, in the sense that they have changed some of their policies to help protect children, people under the age of 13 from seeing things that they shouldn't. And I don't know the full extent of it. I haven't done a full bit of research. I watched a couple of videos on it, and I'm just kind of speaking to you guys because I kind of made a connection. And like I said, I've noticed a little bit of a dip in some of my viewership, and I couldn't understand what was going on. And then more recently, I started noticing when I upload a video, there was a notification thing at the top of my screen saying you're legally obligated to pick one of these options and state whether this video is either yes, it was made for children, or no, this was not made for children, basically. And I have to check one of those boxes, and they've added some other stuff now that I just saw before doing this, where you can restrict the restriction thing for you have to be 18 years or older to see the video or whatever. That thing is kind of tacked on there now, but that's always been a thing, I believe. But anyway, the main thing is that when I put videos up now, I have to click yes, this was made for children, or no, this was not made for children. And the big connection I made here, like, I didn't think too much of it. I'm like, okay, whatever, that's fine. When I upload videos, it's just I check a box. That's fine. That's not that big of a deal. I understand the situation that's going on. It's not the ideal situation, but you kind of have to deal with it. But the problem that I feel like I just discovered is that when I upload videos and I'm trying to track how well they're doing, I will go back and look at the tags and, you know, the analytics of the video just to see where it's going, and if I have to change anything, maybe change the thumbnail, change some of the tags, maybe change the title, just to see if it can do any better than what it was currently doing. And I went to a video that I have already uploaded, and I noticed that I had in my video manager thing for that video, for YouTube Studio Beta or whatever it is, where you have your description, the title, your tags, thumbnail editing thing, option to go do the cards and the end screens and stuff like that. But that same checkbox thing of either this was made for children or this wasn't made for children was there, and there was nothing checked. So my theory is that with the changes that are being rolled out, it's affecting channels in a weird way that I don't think can be exactly predicted just yet, but I think it's affecting everybody, and I kind of feel like it's affecting me. Now, I could be completely wrong. Like, I could just be doing stuff bad, and it's affecting my channel. That could very well be the thing, or it could be a mix of both. I don't know, but I just it's a weird coincidence to me that this is what's going on. And I feel like now, because they've implemented this recategorization method for everybody's videos, I feel like that's what's affecting my viewership, because some of my videos, more recent ones, are stagnant. Like, they haven't changed. They've sat at the same views, which could very well be normal, but it doesn't seem like it should be like that. It should be somewhat getting up there and getting out to people. Here's my dilemma. Because they've thrown this checkbox thing out there, and now that I went to a previous uploaded video that was uploaded before these checkbox things were implemented, I feel like every single one of my videos now has no check. Like, it's not checked as yes, it's made for children, and it's not checked as no, it's not made for children. And actually, I'm going to go take a look. But I feel like all my videos don't have either box checked at this point, and so they're kind of frozen in this state of, well, you got to pick one of them before it gets shown to anybody. And I feel like that's what's going on. I can't confirm or deny that either way, but I just feel like that maybe that's what's going on here. So let me just take a look here. If I go back to an older video, let's go to my little demo of the Archetype Nolly plugin. I'm at the editing thing for it, everything, and there it is. So it's got a question box. It says, is this video made for kids? Regardless of your location, you're legally required to comply with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, or COPPA, and or other laws. You're required to tell us whether your videos are made for kids. And there's a little link to say what's content made for kids, and it'll give you more information. But below that, it has two circles to fill in. Yes, it's made for kids, or no, it's not made for kids. And then you have the age restriction thing, where you could say, yes, restrict my video to viewers over 18, or no, don't restrict my video to viewers over 18 only. My dilemma is that under the thing for kids, yes or no, it's not made for kids, neither bullet or checkbox is checked. So now with my, God, I don't even know how many, 150 plus videos, am I going to have to go back through every single video and check these boxes just to make sure that they keep getting the exposure that they normally do? Like, I'm going to say, no, it's not made for kids, because I swear it's stuff like that. And that's another thing, like, there's only two options. Yes, it's made for kids. No, it's made for kids. What do you mean by, yes, it's made for kids? Does that mean, like, I'm a cartoonist and I'm making kids shows on YouTube, like cartoon kids shows, and that's what it's for? It's made for kids. Is that what they mean? And then if you say, no, it's not made for kids, like, if, say I'm a music channel, but I'm super family friendly, and I don't swear, I don't have anything graphic, I don't have anything controversial, but my content's not, my main target audience isn't children. Do I still pick no? Or do I say, like, it's a weird, like, put you in a box situation, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of issues that come out of this whole thing. And there is going to be a lot of issues coming out of this, because there's a lot to this whole situation. But in terms of people like me, I don't make content for kids. If kids want to watch my stuff, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I don't do anything crazily obscene or anything like that. I do some stuff that might be edgy, maybe considered slightly graphic. For instance, like the Happy Together metal cover. I murdered someone in that. It wasn't blatantly there, but there's a shadow, there's blood and stuff like that. So there's an air of violence, but it's not blatantly blood and gore. And I swear, and I talk about certain topics that may not be specifically good for kids. So what does that mean for me? Okay, so is this just a situation where they're trying to protect kids, and they're only really focusing on the channels that are for kids, and making sure that those that are made for kids are actually made for kids, and that the kids that are watching them are going to be okay? Or are they focusing on my side? Like, what are they going to do to, like, figure all of this out? Because I think everybody's confused right now, because it's still new, and I don't know what's going on. It's just a really kind of frustrating thing, because I didn't care so much in the past about this stuff, like the YouTube politics thing. But now, with the channel growing and me wanting to be able to do more with the channel and stuff, it's become more of an issue. Like I kind of have to be concerned about these things, because it affects me. And this is why I'm explaining it to you. I feel like that all these changes that are getting rolled out are affecting everybody. I'm not saying woe is me, it's just me, but it's everybody. But in terms of like what's going on, I just feel like it's really frustrating. And I also know that when I watched Captain Sparkle's video, he mentioned something that, they rolled out this checkbox thing for people like me that are making videos, or you that are making videos, where you check yes or no, it's made for kids or not. And that solves a lot of the problem. That's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal. But he also said something about the people over at YouTube trying to use the algorithm to figure out if a video is meant for kids or not. Probably for older videos that are before this change, if they're not already changed manually. So, okay, YouTube, here's the thing, okay? How are you going to decide that a video is made for kids or not? I mean, there's blatantly obvious things. Foul language, cursing, controversial topics. But then, how do you make an algorithm that can analyze a video like a person and say, oh, kids should not see this? How does it know? I know that AI is getting better and recognizing objects and things in digital media. It's getting better. But is it so good at this point that the algorithm can literally watch a video like a person and determine whether it is meant for kids or not? Can it do that? Because I feel like it's not quite there, even if it's claimed that that's something they're doing. Like, it can't be perfect. And I can see where that could cause a whole slew of problems for a lot of people, because you would have this algorithm going through and categorizing people and channels as, well, this is for kids, this is not for kids, and sometimes it might be wrong. I don't know, like I said earlier, if many of you follow the politics of YouTube, but there have been situations where the algorithm screws people over, it ruins channels for people, gets people banned, gets people's channels removed, gets videos removed when they shouldn't be. It's basically a case of like false convictions in the criminal justice world. Weird parallel, but that's what I study. You know, there's this idea of a false conviction where someone is convicted of a crime that they did not do, only to be later found that they didn't actually do it, and that whole thing. And I feel like this is the same kind of thing. Like, there's people and channels that got deemed as, not advertiser friendly and got demonetized, and there's this whole issue that's still going on about videos and channels being demonetized because of their content and stuff like that. And a big part of it was the algorithm figuring this out, because YouTube just physically does not and probably will never have the amount of manpower required to manually go over everybody's videos, because there's like some obscene amount of content that's uploaded every day. It's like 4 million hours uploaded a day or something crazy. Don't quote me on that, but it's something crazy like that that's uploaded to YouTube every day. There's just not enough manpower to really manually go over all of that. So it's a situation where they're relying on this algorithm a lot. And I don't want to be in the situation where I get screwed over, my channel gets screwed over, my potential for exposure with videos and my channel as a whole gets screwed over because the algorithm is wrong, or it looks at some of my videos and says, oh, this is not for kids. Like, but on top of that, what is it going to be looking for to say this is for kids? What specifically, even if it can watch and analyze a video, what is it looking for to even establish a decision? Like, obviously you can say, like I said earlier, language, gore, violence, stuff like that can deem it as not for kids, but how does it look at a video and say, oh yeah, this is meant for kids? Because I'm sure there's some of my videos where, like gear demos and stuff like that, where or gear reviews, where it's not specifically made for kids, but it's family friendly. I don't swear. There's no obscene anything in it. It's just kind of a neutral video. So does that get deemed as made for kids just because there's no graphic violence in it or obscene language or any controversial anything in it? Like, does that automatically get deemed as being for kids? Or is it looking for something like super obvious, like Teletubbies? Oh, that's for kids. It's bright colors and it's, simplified and it's really happy. And like, what is it looking for to make a decision? And I know from the videos I've watched, a lot of people have these same questions. And the issue that is another issue in the net of issues is that YouTube's communication with its creators is not the best. And you could probably listen and watch a video from some of your favorite YouTubers talking about this, the communication between them and YouTube, YouTube, it's just piss poor. So, and that's for the big people. So what does that mean for people like myself that are somewhat smaller? I can't get answers. I can't get anything like that. I don't have as much pull as someone with 4 million subscribers or anything like that. So I don't know what the hell's going to go on. I don't know where things are going to go. So that was weird. I appreciate anybody who's watching my stuff, who's loyal, who's like, man, Virgil, I love your stuff. I want to help you out and get your stuff out there so that you can make better stuff and continue to create and get your stuff out there to other people. For those of you that are loyal and still watch and all of that, thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate those that watch my stuff and interact and leave comments and like the videos and share them, all that fun stuff that seems very monotonous and that everybody says to do on their videos, but it does make a difference. It helps creators a lot. And so for those that do watch and those that listen to the Sinister-Cast for when I'm ranting for 20, 30 minutes or longer, thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and thank you for sticking around. Okay, I think I entered this world of YouTube creation at a weird time where there's a lot of crazy shit going on, and I am trying to traverse this as best I can. On top, not only am I trying to traverse this weird, ever-changing flow of YouTube, but I'm just trying to traverse life in general by balancing work and school and YouTube and my girlfriend and everything else in my life. So for those of you that are loyal, those of you that have stuck around, and those of you that have been around since the beginning, thank you a lot. Like, seriously, thank you so much. It means the world. that you guys have stuck around. I know there are some of you out there that have stuck around from the beginning. I know some of you are new, but there's almost 500 of you. And I just want to thank each and every single one of you guys for being a part of this community and being loyal enough to stick with me through all of this crazy YouTube shit that's going on. I'm not discouraged in any way, mostly. Like, it sucks that this shit's going on, but I want to reassure you guys that I'm not going to quit or anything. I've always said this: when anything controversial is going on, I'm not quitting. I'm not just going to give up or anything like that. I don't see myself giving up in the near foreseeable future anytime soon, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just sometimes I get in these modes where I figure something out and I need to talk about it or rant about it, and I think this kind of turned into somewhat of a rant. It went a lot of directions, but I think the main thing is here, like I've said before, stick with me and just bear with me, because I am trying to figure out this whole thing, let alone trying to figure out YouTube. I'm trying to figure out YouTube with this crazy stuff going on. So, I know you're probably annoyed with this shit, but it really helps a lot. And like I said, I appreciate you guys immensely. For those of you that are watching, for those of you that constantly watch, for those of you that constantly listen to my music and my covers, if you would please find your favorite video, find anything of mine that you just love, or even this Sinister-Cast. Like it, for one, share it with your friends, and, comment something down below. Respond to something I'm saying. Do you agree or disagree? Like, hang in there type of thing. Anything you want to say. It goes a long way. You might think that, oh, if I like it, it's not that big of a deal, or if I share it, it's not going to do much. No. You're completely wrong. The more you like my stuff, the more you share it around, and the more you interact with my content, the more likely I'm going to get exposure for my stuff, and the bigger community that this whole channel can be becomes more and more seeable in the future. So, liking all of my stuff, sharing my videos, and commenting and stuff like that, all of that helps to feed into the YouTube algorithm to spit my stuff out to more people. So if you guys could do me that favor of liking, sharing, and commenting on all of my stuff from here on out, or on old videos or anything, or if you just feel like helping me out, I appreciate every little bit that you do to help this channel. It makes an immense difference. Trust me, it does, okay? It makes a huge difference. So, with that, I believe I'm finished ranting. I'll probably have a follow-up video maybe in the next Sinister-Cast about this. But I think I've ranted your ears off enough. It's been almost 25 minutes of me ranting, but I just had to get this out to you guys because I feel like I came up with an idea, I made a connection, and it turned into a rant, and then me thanking you guys, and self-promotion, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. These Sinister-Casts can get crazy. And when I get emotional about something, not that I'm like really pissed off or upset or anything, but this kind of situation does kind of get under my skin a little bit, but because I'm tired of being like the little man, like getting squished by the big man, I deal with that kind of shit at work, and I've dealt with it for years at the different jobs that I've had, and just people not caring about the little guy and just smushing him at every chance they get. I'm tired of that kind of stuff. So anytime that I can speak out about something that's going on, not that I really spoke out about anything more than I just kind of addressed an issue that's going on, but you get what I'm saying. It's time where I can start saying things that I believe in and that I feel like are wrong. And I don't necessarily think this whole child protective thing going on with YouTube is wrong, but I feel like maybe the way that they're going about it is wrong. So I'm not sure where it's going to go. And just to add on top of everything, my camera just died. because it overheated because I've been talking for so long. So I will end it out here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking through this entire rant. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all that you do and sticking around. And like I always say, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay metal, my friends.